Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis of oil, natural gas, and solar. Solar, well, that definitely shot higher today. It looks really good. I'm glad to see that thing is getting some feet, some legs underneath it, starting to run a little bit on up. So let's take a look at the charts. I'll let you know what I see in them. It's just my financial opinion. Please don't take it as advice. And here we go. Let's see what I see. Oil, natural gas, and solar. I'm going to start with crude oil itself. We have this nice big bearish engulfing pattern. I do think that the potential for more downside is there in the very short term. But long term, it looks absolutely fantastic. I don't have a long-term chart here. I'm just looking at the short-term technicals. And the way that I look at some of this stuff is I look at the selling pressure in relationship to the buying pressure, the candlestick selling sizes. When you go into a pullback, you'll notice that the selling candlesticks are bigger than the up days. And then you'll see this reversal and get large buying pressure days. This wasn't too bad of a pullback here. I mean, it's a little bit, but we could see something similar to a sideways action at $84 going sideways, or maybe a little bit further pullback. Here's natural gas. Natural gas is looking better. Put in a little contraction candlestick yesterday and pulled on up today. Got some good support down here at 475, maybe a little bit above it, but that looks good to hopefully continue higher. The energy companies, which are mixtures of natural gas and oil, mimicked oil a little bit here in natural gas, kind of a mixture where we could still potentially pull on back with this big down candlestick. You usually see them at the beginning of a pullback before you move on down. Usually they have a small down up day next to it. We got SM Energy here. I threw this in here. I just wanted to do some technical analysis here. Here it is. We've got basically this downtrend there, and this right here is a large descending triangle. It broke out for the event that we had in 2020. We're coming back up. We've cleared this descending wedge triangle. We're moving on up. This looks fantastic to continue higher on the big long-term picture. Last bull market started in around this area for the buy signal, and the sell signal was right here in 2008. That's where I would have traded. This I would have missed out on the right-hand side. But this is where I would have gone from. From here to here was our valuation buy and sell signal. Here's Centennial Development. Again, we got the kind of the larger sell-off day yesterday. I still don't think it's completely broken. We got this nice big buying pressure up day. Kind of the fight between the buyers and the sellers going on right now. We are at this support resistance line above it. I'm not doing anything with my shares, guys. I'm just holding on. We've got Centennial Resource Development in terms of a long-term chart. Let me throw this in Paint. And look at this, guys. I'm using Paint. Anybody who has a computer can do this. Now, we came into this descending wedge. This was ready to break right here. That was the break that I would have purchased. I did not purchase Centennial Development. I didn't even know about the company. We had a large sell-off for the event in 2020, which is right here. We are moving on up. It looks fantastic. Trying to find like a trend line here. Not really finding too much of anything. We do have kind of a cup and handle pattern that could develop and break to the upside, maybe. Just looking at it, I don't see too much on the right-hand side there in terms of patterns, bearish or bullish, either one. We've got Callon Petroleum putting in a cup and handle pattern that we should hopefully break. Well, we have broken. Hopefully it holds and moves on up. Tellurian still at its support line. That's where we're at right now on the downside. So I think we're right at support. Grand Tierra turning around, looking good. 7% up day. This broke its big old trend line way back here. Everything looks good with big buying pressure days. And the selling, there's some selling pressure in here too. Kind of a battle between the buyers and sellers in here. But it looks good. Recap, I think, looks really good. You draw a trend line through here. I'll do that for you guys. Here's paint. We draw this guy right through here. And what it did is it hit its head on this line here. Hit its head, came back, and I think we'll eventually break through it. Hopefully soon. Recaf is a African exploration company that could have a copious amount of oil. Then we've got Tetra Technologies, an oil service company that I'm looking at. I'm already in it. I've just been riding it. Big up days, smaller down days. It looks good to continue higher in the uptrend. Now here's TAN. This is the solar ETF. Nice big up day today, 5.83%. Nice big move. Came out of the support line right yesterday and bounced off the support line. That was a retest. We break out, we retested it, and now we're moving on up. I'll just show you what the retest looks like real quick so you guys can see it with me. That's your line. So if you're looking at purchasing something, you come down we've got bullish engulfing and a bullish piercing in there. Came up, broke through it. This is your time to buy, is right on this retest. That's a good spot right there. And today, even today is a good time to get it, or tomorrow. This looks like it wants to go higher. So that looks good. And, oh yeah, I want to do this one too. This is the long-term chart. And, oh man, let me do this. Throw this in here real quick. Notice something here. I just wanted to point this out. We've got this line that's going across here. And what happens is, a lot of the time, you trade down, just like you do here. You break down, you come up and over a little bit. That's your up and over. And then you get this line that comes down a little bit like that. And then we break up and out. And then you pause a little bit, and then you break up. So what we have here is it's called a pattern within a pattern. This pattern on the left-hand side is the same as this big long-term pattern is on the right side. This is going to break to the upside. This pattern suggests that we're going to end up far higher. I've seen this pattern over and over and over the years of my trading and investing. This right here, this pattern on the left is the same as this consolidation period, the movement down, how this moves through the pattern there, the little sell-off, the breakthrough back up. It retests, it comes back like this, and then we break. So right now is a fantastic time to look at TAN for a long-term hold. And I would be getting in and just holding on, and this could go far, far higher based off of the pattern. So that's TAN. Looking at SunPower, you get the same pattern in that. I think this is going to resolve upward. Same with Canadian Solar. It's got a similar pattern all throughout here to resolve itself upward. End phase is already taken off. That is, quote, in phase. Not out of phase, but in phase. So that one's moving on up. That's one of the largest holdings in TAN. Sunworks, this is a smaller holding in TAN. It's still coming down. It still has some hope. I'm still holding on to it to move on higher. SOL, it's got that same pattern. The coming down, that pattern, it breaks up, out. Well, we haven't broken up out yet, but we're trying to break to the upside of the resistance line that's coming in at about $10. And then Beam Global is doing the same thing. We're trying to get through this $40 area real quick here. It's big buying pressure, small selling pressure. Still looks good to break to the upside. Fuel cells doing the same thing. We got a little bit of resistance in here. It's getting a little sticky around 12. We're coming up into that 12 area. We got big buying pressure, small selling pressure. Everything looks good to go. And Plug, which is in a similar thing, already broke to the upside of its $35 resistance area here, coming on the way up. paused a little bit, and now we're taking off again. So that one also looks good. So the solar sector actually looks incredibly good. Sun power, Canadian solar, TAN, all of those long-term patterns. I didn't show two of them, the individuals. They all have the same pattern on the long term. They all suggest far higher prices. It's one of the things that drew me to this sector to get some investments in it. So I think that it looks pretty good. Oil, looking at oil, we could still have a little bit more downward pressure. Natural gas is already taken off to the upside, I think. So I'm just holding on to my shares because I'm not doing anything. I'm not really buying anything. I'm not selling anything in oil right now or natural gas. I'm just holding on, riding higher. That's kind of what I'm doing personally. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.